And as a result, 90% of Tarte Too Faced. Just imagine Owen Wilson like scrolling through all the makeup just being like, wow. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I was just kind of fancy scrolling through the sales section at Sephora at Ulta, because that's what I do, looking for a deal. And I was just going through, and the sales section had me feeling kind of a certain way. Mostly like I was laughing all around the house while doing this, being like, called it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, no tea, no shade. But kind of all tea, all shade. I thought it would be fun to do a kind of roasting of the sales section, kind of talking about some things that I've mentioned previously, and just going through and being like, I told y'all this was not a good idea. But they don't listen, they do it anyway, and now look where it is. It's in the sale section. So I've got here a nice list from both the Sephora as well as the Ulta sale section. We wanna be fair in the roast. And now before we get into the roast, I know I'm going to get some people who are going to be like, well, I have this and it's amazing. Why are you roasting it? It shouldn't be on sale. Keep your mouth shut. Just like anti-hauls, just like any of my roasting videos, this is simply me getting to kind of embolden. It is a chance for me to expose the comedic self that I like to think I am, and I get to be in this wonderful little hyperbolic moment with y'all. If you have these things and you love them and they are amazing, fan-tucking-fastic. You keep loving it, that's great. This is just me, like Kimberly Clark says, the beauty community is one big giant bit of hyperbolic whateverness, so that's what I'm doing right now. So if you don't like this kind of video, get on out, and if you do, let's be here for the roast. Okay, so I can't remember, I know this was in my anti-haul, I do not know if it was in my products I predict will go on sale, but the Lime Crime Mini Palettes. Those little 4-pan atrocities that I actually will admit thought were really cute after I saw someone actually hold it. Like, I thought it was just going to be some kind of flip kind of thing going on, but no, they're made to look like the cute little box thing that the original Venus palettes come in. I'm like, oh, that's cute. But y'all, they're 4 shades that kind of go together, that are in extremely bulky packaging, that are hideously overpriced. And I just saw those in the sales section. And I was like, yep, I knew it. It was not a good thing, Lime Crime. That came out and I was like, y'all couldn't have thought of something better. Next is something that I did predict would go on sale, so I'll give myself a little pat on the back there. The LOreal Shine Bright Pro Palette Collection thing. Now this I predicted would go on sale, not because I think it was going to be a bad product. I have a lot of LOreal shadows. I really like them. But LOreal tends to have this really bad habit of releasing totally random collections at totally random times, like the Beauties Who Brunch or the Pirates of the Caribbean, or those like little like eye and face palettes. And I feel like a lot of releases for LOreal just kind of go under the table or over people's heads. They're not talked a lot about. Not a lot of people review them. And so due to timing and like poor execution, they're just not seen, they're not purchased, and so they're just what happens. They're not selling, we gotta get rid of these units, let's throw it into the sales section. Now I will admit, I was tempted when I saw both the eyeshadow palette and the highlighter palette on sale. I was like, whoo! I love LOreal eyeshadows. I love LOreal face products. And I was like, you know, I could get me some of that. But I have been trying to purchase less face palettes because, let's be honest, I don't use them. And I have like 3 drawers full of ones that I don't use. And I've also been trying not to purchase as much limited edition makeup, which the eyeshadow palette would be. So even though it was on sale, I was just like, just let it go. Let it go. Let it happen. Let nature take its course with the makeup. It is the survival of the fittest. It's the circle of life in the beauty community. Next up is good old Becca. Both the volcano goddess stuff, as well as that horrible, atrocious second run with Chrissy Teigen. I will admit, none of that interested me at all. And I remember when Becca's, like, when their face palettes and when their holiday stuff, when it came out, it was so, like, always sold out, amazing quality, just all of the wonderful things. And recently, Becca's been suffering from kind of a two-face syndrome where they're just kind of releasing more and more and more and more stuff rather than having like monumental releases that are like, oh, we haven't had a release from Becca for like 5 months. This is new and exciting. Instead, it's like, oh, we had a release from Becca like last week and it looks exactly like the one this week and I'm not gonna buy it. Not to mention the whole like, please collaborate with someone else. It's not that Chrissy Teigen isn't a nice person. It's just that we'd like to see another face represented on the makeup. Something else that kind of did not come as a surprise to me. You guys all know how I feel about the whole makeup going on sale, especially at some place like Sephora or Ulta. Sephora and Ulta don't actually want to give us makeup on sale, but should the case of something happen where a product, falls through because of a brand's inability to accommodate a whole myriad of complexions and they got a bunch of units that are not selling, what are we gonna do? We're gonna make it a weekly wow. The Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating as well as the Matte Foundation has been on sale a myriad of ways for quite some time. It's been a weekly wow. It's been like a beauty buy. It's just been in the sale section. They can't get this crap off the shelves. And what do? They sell it to us on sale. That's exactly how I got a hold of mine. I was like, $19? All right, I'll try it out. It's crap. It's horrible. And I'm absolutely not surprised that they're shilling this to us at a cheaper price because people weren't buying it at the normal price. Okay, this was kind of a funny one. I think this may have started the whole idea of me wanting to do this. And that is basically insert some stupid holiday set, holiday bundle, limited edition sets, holiday ornaments. Basically all the really stupid things that they came out for holiday. And people, this stuff, if you're going through the sales section the same way I was, a lot of this stuff hit the sales section before the new year. It's like they come out and there is no just one offender. There's Too Faced, there's Benefit, there's Urban Decay, there's Laura Geller. Just a whole plethora of brands that release these oh look, here are 3 mini lipsticks in a cheapy ornament. Or look, here's a whole selection of skincare for an exorbitant amount of price. Or oh, here's this set with these 3 things. Or here's another ornament with just a mini mascara. Here's a collection that you can break into different parts and give to other people and hang on your tree and hang on your Hanukkah bush. I mean, I literally feel like it costs these companies more money to deal with the aftermath of having all this stuff left over than it does to just initially make it. We just have these so many of these just holiday things that are just these little collections. I mean, you just who cares? Yes, I understand for people trying out makeup or wanting to give gifts to some people, but if we cut out that just unnecessary, excessive excessive, like, presentation, we'll just get the person the whatever or the thing over here without it having to be this stupid Christmas holiday gimmick. Another thing I predicted going on sale is the Sephora plus the Museum of Ice Cream collaboration. I feel like the downfall of this collaboration was kind of just the entirety of it. It was just a very cutesy, very niche, very kind of one type of aesthetic launch. It's gonna like be for those people that adore the Too Faced packaging or who are really big fans of Lime Crime, that kind of kitschy feel. And unless you have someone who's like really devoted to the Museum of Ice Cream, I just didn't see it being a very universally accepting launch, which I don't think it was. And as such, it kind of just got undersold. And also, I do think that some of the prices on that stuff was a little bit reaching. I love how Sephora is like, oh, we're the more affordable brand. But then you have like their eyeshadow palettes that are friggin' $60. Then you have this collab that's like a bit more reaching out there in price, but you're only paying that price for certain things, and then you can get something from them that's like $9. It's like, is consistency really a thing? And another thing, or rather a duo of things, and I'm sure you guys, I had a lot of you message me and comment and stuff like that and be like, oh, you were right, girl. The Kat Von D Fetish Collection. I think this is like, I don't know if it's a first in Kat Von D history. It is definitely a first with one of her holiday palettes, because 9 times out of 10, when it came to a Kat Von D holiday palette, that stuff was sold out. People were selling them on Poshmark for $200, $300. And then this time around, even the retailer Sephora and even Kat Von D website can't sell enough of them, so we're gonna slash that price in half, and even still, they can't get rid of them. I'm sorry, y'all, but a bad product is a bad product, and that whole thing was horrible. Completely not surprised that it was on sale, and kind of like, I don't want to say vindicated, but kind of like, yeah. And another thing that I don't know if this was a prediction so much as it is kind of like a given, and that is kind of falls under the whole like insert holiday set. For this, it's going to be like insert Too Faced holiday item. In the holidays, a couple years back, 4 or 5 years back, Too Faced at least put a little bit of thought into their holiday products, so much that they were a little bit sought after, a little bit coveted. But in the recent years, all they've been doing is just taking the same nasty, neutrally boring shades they got in the back, bringing them out, coming up with some kind of kitschy, stupid Christmas something, putting them in that, and then shilling them to the masses. And as a result, like, the connection with the customer is just gone. I mean, we all know and expect the same thing from Too Faced every year. We're not buying it. We're getting more woke. We're being better consumers. And as a result, all of Too Faced holiday, or at least 90% of it, has been shoved into the sales section because we made too much crap and we can't sell it now, so we gotta discount it to get rid of it. And I have no pity. I have no pity. If y'all stopped shilling us and selling us stupid makeup, we wouldn't have this problem. And then kind of sort of in the same mishmash vein going on there is like Tarte blush palettes and that Tarte Pineapple of My Eye holiday set. Which I will admit, if they had made like a pineapple palette thing that just had those face colors in it on that one side of it, I'd have bought that because those face colors look beautiful. But it's all off in the same set, just for the same kind of reason for the other things. It's just like, they just come holiday, they just give us these same things over and over again. We're not impressed, we're not excited, we're not interested. Some people get them, but the majority of makeup lovers who have accrued a large collection look at this and say, well, one, we've seen it already, and two, we already own it because we bought the last 2 holiday palettes from you. If we just focused on a little bit more quality makeup, maybe not including, an eye primer or a mascara or an eyeliner, in hopes to boost up the estimated retail on these things so you'll be more enticed to buy them, and focusing on some nice, more quality standout releases, your stuff wouldn't have to be in the sales section. I wouldn't have to make this video. Then lastly is another predicted thing. Give myself another pat on the back. The Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Foil Holiday Palette. If y'all wanted it and didn't buy it, go buy it now. It's on sale. I think Fenty is a remarkable brand. I love their highlighters. I need to try some other things from them. But just like a lot of things on this list, I feel like for holiday, we just come out with this like, here, let's throw this out, and this out, and this out, and this out. Hopefully someone will buy it. But as we get smarter as consumers, and as we take to look at things a lot more objectively, it's a lot easier for y'all to pull the wool over our eyes. And this was one of the things that it just didn't make a lot of sense. It was kind of a product that looked like it would take a lot more effort to use in different conjunctions than what it was intended for. But that is it on my roasting the sales section. Definitely let me know what you think about these products, and if you do like them and you do really enjoy them and recommend them, let us know down in the comments below. Obviously, I have not actually tried these things. This is just me being the whole hyperbolic speechy thing. So I would love to hear your guys' experiences about this, and let me know some things that you aren't surprised to see in the sales section and all that jazz. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!